art and character designs provided by Demon Artie. Be sure to follow her over on Twitter at ArtieDemon. Want to be first to have access to early artwork, concept sketches, exclusive art that can't be seen anywhere else? Then support Demon Artie over on her Patreon. Link in description below. Welcome everyone back to the Crimson 15 Podcast. I'm your host, Crimson Sen.
A15PCA.
Be sure to follow us over on Twitter at C15 Podcast. Join the discussion over on Discord. Link in the description below. And if you're enjoying the videos, be sure to sub, like, share, and hit that bell for notifications. Star Trek Picard season finale, episode 10. I can't say the title. L something Arcadia, part 2. There's a lot of stupid stuff. Oh my god, gosh, yes. There's so much stupid stuff.
Wonky sci-fi crap.
Yeah, absolutely unbelievable. What Deus Ex Machina, as cliche as saying that, they literally do that.
Yep.
Some item they just get. Remember that funny item they got? That's what saves the day. But with that said, everything with Data literally made me cry because I love Data as much as I loved any fictional character in the history of everything I've ever seen in my life. Mm-hmm. I love him with all my mind, body, and soul. I love Commander Data.
It is cool.
And he gets a proper send-off.
I'm shocked they did the send-off. I'm really shocked.
And it's long, it's slow, it's sad. It's everything I wish Luke Skywalker would have got.
That Data got more props than Luke Skywalker did. Didn't that tell you something?
But to get there, we go through a bunch of stupid crap.
No,
it almost makes you forget. Yeah, it's so beautiful.
Well, I'll tell you where it's like the Shawshank when he's crawling through the crap to get to freedom. Yeah. That's what we get in this episode.
Oh my god! I don't know if I get choked up talking about it because I love Commander Data, but we have to get there first. Yeah. Oh my goodness, do we have to get there first?
Yeah, it's a lot of twists and turns.
The first they open up the episode. They scare you first. You see Michael Burnham, like, oh my god, it's Michael Burnham, and it's a thing for season 3.
When they're in the far future, year 3000.
It's the fakest background ever. Is even the flag real?
No.
She's just standing there.
Yeah.
Looking all stoic and badass. Oh, Michael Burnham, the queen of Ed the Savior.
And the Federation's all tattered up, showing that the Federation isn't what it was anymore, basically. And that was the end of that. That was ridiculous.
Thank God we got to see that. And we get back to I'm 10 episodes. I never learned his name. The Romulan guy.
Not me either. Sorry.
I have literally no clue what his name is.
I don't care.
You could hold a phaser to my head and I wouldn't be able to tell you his name.
No.
Because I don't know what it is.
Yep.
So remember how that other Soji let him go?
Yeah.
We still don't know why. There's no explanation why she did that.
Well, we don't know. We don't know why. It's so weird.
Because he's trying to stop everything that's happening. So why did she let him go?
Maybe she knows that the other twin sister slept with him, and there's that weird kind of like, I don't know. I can't explain it. Some weird kind of like.
Can someone in the comments explain to me what was her plan for this Romulan guy?
Made no sense.
So he's running. He ran to the Borg cube.
Yeah, they're gonna go. He's running.
And he's like poking around, and it's the Borg cube does nothing. Spoilers. It does.
It's
nothing.
Pathetic. Why even have it in there? Seriously, it pissed me off. It's like this big cool thing, and you don't even use it.
And so they're just we got Seven, and we got Elnor just hanging out. Why Romulan guy sneaky, because he's just sneaking in there to get some those grenades. Like he's looking for explosives.
Yeah.
He runs into his sister, but didn't she transport off the cube?
I thought she did. I thought she got into a ship, didn't she?
And took off. No, technically we didn't see that. Maybe she just did a ship to ship like inside.
Maybe.
And he went somewhere safe and not necessarily got off ship.
Maybe, but that's kind of lame.
So he runs into her, and
this is probably the worst part of the episode.
Well, I do like the fact that she hugged him because all my brother's still alive. But then he's like, I found them all. Did you F any of them? She says the F word.
Yeah.
Again.
That's the worst part. Probably one of the worst parts of the episode. It's ridiculous.
Oh, you know it, sis. That's what I would have said. So, want to see where my secret place is? Why does she have to say things in this like super sexual ways? It's so creepy.
I mean, get it. You want to see with your brother. I don't know what it is with her and that. I don't know. It's bizarre.
So they're gonna go get they're basically the thermal detonators from Star Wars. That's basically what they're looking for. We get
not some big scientific thing. No, just grenades, basically.
Yeah, grenade. They literally call them grenades too. Yeah. We get to Picard playing with butterflies.
I mean, he knows
it goes on for like 4 minutes.
Yeah, and literally they know those special high end machines are gonna come in and destroy all organic life. Is it really time to be playing with butterflies?
Because they locked them in a room. I guess it's that whole like everything's over. Might as well enjoy the simplest things.
Yeah, I guess.
So Soji walks in. I just want to make sure you're okay. I'd be like, bitch, what do you mean I'm okay? You're going to kill all human life, everything.
Every organic life's going to be gone.
What do you care that if I'm okay or not?
What does it matter at this point?
It's so stupid. Because you can tell Soji's still feeling bad about the whole situation, but you give us no choice. He's like, the fact that you believe you have no choice is the proof that your lack of imagination.
Yeah.
You can choose not to be the destroyer. And you're doing what they thought you were. So you are robbing yourself of your own freedom.
Yes.
Oh, you banned us and everything, but there's always a way forward.
Always a way.
So, he's starting to get to her a little bit.
Yeah.
You can tell, but Soji's kind of like, oh no, I'm still going to do this. And they're building this beacon, and it's like just magically coming together.
And then Crimson made a good point. Why couldn't they make defenses then? If they were that this quick, why couldn't they make a bunch of turrets and a bunch? Well, she should have a ton of defenses. This planet should look like Isaac's planet almost. It really should.
Yeah, from the Orville.
Orville, yeah.
It should just literally remember when they're talking about the Kalon homeworld, how they had all those like freaking disruptor things? Like, man, they would blow us out of the sky in a millisecond.
Exactly.
They don't have a ton of those?
No. So stupid.
So this magic constructor set's building itself. We get back to our Romulan twins, and he's like, oh, he's got these what do you call them? Molecular disruptor grenades. There's a name for them, but basically they can destroy anything metal.
Yeah.
So that's basically the ultimate killing machines for these things. And then they kind of have this whole backstory about they start naming off stuff that I don't know what it is.
I don't care.
Like these Romulan names for things. Like
I don't really know. Maybe
it's their Ragnarok, basically the end of the universe type thing.
Yeah.
And I guess he's the black sheep of the family, and I'm the one who found it all. But we don't know him.
First of all, why does that matter right now?
It matters to the character, but not to the viewer, because we don't know him.
No, exactly.
We have no idea. The only thing we know is that the sister did that mind thingy. That's all we know. We have literally nothing about the brother.
No.
How he grew up, nothing. So none of this means anything.
It's stupid. It's just something to waste time. That's what I think.
So he's gonna run basically to our other good guys and get them to join. Okay, let's stop these aliens from invading. But I kept asking, why did the Data Soji let her go?
Let him go. We don't know.
Why? Because he's trying to stop everything. Why?
It's so stupid.
I don't know. So then we get this. We get Raffi and Reyes, and the fuse couplings, blah blah blah, are fused together. I wish Jordy was here, and they're like, we can't fix it. There's nothing we can do. The ship's done.
Yeah, and they go, in order to fix the other thing, this needs to be working, and that isn't. So either way, that's just we're not going to get.
You basically have a broken thing, like you can't put
because
together.
A and B need to be one has to work for the other one to work.
So they get that little tool. Remember that tool that
Dr. Who too? It's a screwdriver, like you call it.
Yeah, just gives it to her, and it looks literally like an ocarina, like it has holes. And they go on this big old conversation about how this thing's supposed to work. You literally hold it in your hand, and you pretend of whatever thing you need to fixes, and it fixes it.
Okay, you want to have something like this explain the scientific reason why it works. It projects from your mind, and that image goes in there, and thus it makes to what you were thinking in your mind. Make it soundly scientific.
But that's still silly.
It's still silly, but it's better than they didn't even do that.
So
it's magic, apparently.
So if this random Data villager didn't hand this thing to Raffi, everything would have been screwed.
Yeah.
So this little thingy that has nothing to do with anything just handed to Deus Ex Machina.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
I wish, like you were saying, I wish Charlie Forge had this and Belana Torres had this. That was something.
That would have sent LaForge's visor spinning in circles if it had some magic thing where fix the warp core and it fixes it.
What's the point if you have engineers at the point? Anyone could do that.
Yeah.
That's meaningless.
Just have the kid with the biggest imagination on your ship.
Yeah. You don't even need a scientist at that point or an engineer.
So it just grows some tentacles and poofy magic time fix it like a sonic screwdriver.
Why would they give that to him in the first place? It's so stupid. Why would they do that?
And it's so stupid looking.
Yeah, it's so dumb.
So it fixes the whole ship. It fixes the whole ship.
Yeah.
It can go up. It has shields. It has everything now. In seconds. Oh my god. Get this.
To get this to Starfleet.
Yeah,
they can mass replicate this there and they would have they'd be unstoppable. Their shields would never go
hardwire this thing into the engineering station.
I mean, have like a little kid that can be trusted. All right, your imagination go wild, kid. It's silly. It should never introduce it. It's probably one of the worst aspects of the show as far as getting out of track. Completely on track. Yeah.
Because if we thought that this was going to do something with the Borg cube.
Yeah.
And the Borg cube became super powerful.
No, nothing.
Nothing comes with the Borg cube.
There was no point in having the Borg cube. If you wanted 79, you didn't have to bring the Borg cube with it. You know what I'm saying? You didn't need to do that.
So we get back to son. I just like saying that. And Agnes, and he's like, okay, start working on this whole golem thing, and he's thanking her for making this decision because she's like, we don't have much time because even soon as he's like, oh, they're gonna come and just kill us all, and he's like fine with it because he's that whole thing all humanity deserves to die.
Yeah.
But we kind of see a little bit of fake, oh yeah, I'm working with you, and it's like, oh cool, she's gonna double cross him. I'm like, oh thank you, someone fighting for Picard. There's somebody out there.
Yep.
Our our little Romulan dude gets to their ship and he starts throwing rocks at it like he's gonna ask her out to the summer dance or something. She's throwing rocks at the window, and he's like, I got these.
Like, I have a fortune to you. I can just destroy you right now.
And he's like, I have these grenades and I'm throwing rocks. I need you to help me.
Yeah.
So they get in there and he basically explains everything that's going on. We got to destroy this beacon or these aliens are going to come down and kill everybody.
And they explain it. It's like, we know already. I know they don't know, but we know this already.
They keep trying to contact Picard, but they can't. He's like, I'm telling you, they're blocking all communications. They captured Picard and they're going to kill everybody.
Yeah.
Then they kind of starting to believe him, well, because what can they do? Then Elnor shows up and he has his sword. He's like, I'm going to kill this mother effer because he killed Hugh. Yeah. And Hugh was my boy, even though I knew him for like 30 seconds.
I know, but the thing I thought was kind of funny was he says, I want to live. I thought that was kind of
funny.
You
right choose to live. Like, I'm doing it. I'm choosing to live.
Yeah.
So they're having a tumultuous little discussion here, but they all kind of come to terms. We get to Sun, and I thought, oh, this is going to be interesting because he's working on that lady who got killed. He's like, I want to preserve all her memories. It's a gift for all her brothers and sisters. And I'm thinking, oh, he's going to see that it wasn't the Romulan that killed her. It's going to be...
And then I remember Magnus told him, oh, yeah, I need you to work on something to help me out just to get him out of the room.
Yeah, he's like, there was some encrypted files. Yeah. I need you to encrypt these things so I can work on that golem.
And then I was thinking, oh, God, is that stupid lore crap going to come in at this point? I was kind
There was a rumor that this wasn't... it was lore and not an actual...
Yeah.
But it's not.
That's not, thank God.
Thank God, because... I cannot live in a world where Lore's alive and Data's dead. No. I cannot accept that.
I can't accept that. I can't accept that on the grounds of being a Star Trek fan. I just can't.
So, he leaves the room. He's like, oh, keep working on this. Okay, I will. And I'm glad they didn't show it, but Agnes plucks out her eyeball. Yeah. Because you need it for, like, security to scan doors.
I'm wondering who wrote this episode, because that's what you would do in Star Trek. You don't need to see it.
Yeah, hear it, you're the...
No, it's fine. That's bad enough with that. Compared to what we saw with each chip, I'll take it.
Yeah, and you actually see his eyeball get ripped out. Then we get exposition theater of like them explaining this whole Romulan myth of like this whole Ragnarok end of the world.
I don't know
thing.
any of these characters. I don't
know any of these myths or any of these stories or any of these legends. And they talk about how like there was these two sisters and one had bones, and it's very graphic.
But the thing is, it's so weird. This. Oh yeah. Now speaking of which, you mentioned it. He mentions how friggin' Romulan the Vulcans they. What? I'm trying to
he goes, oh, when the Romans first landed on Vulcan, what?
No,
they were always Vulcans, right?
Yeah, that's right. They were always Vulcan. What I recall, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure they were always all Vulcan, and they said they left because they wanted to have emotion. And they left, and after over the eons and eons, Vulcans forgot, so they forgot what
and they evolved
differently. Well, they're still similar, but differently. So they even got that wrong.
They made it sound like Romulans and Vulcans were always separate, which I don't think that's true.
No, they were descendants of Vulcans.
Or maybe this is just his what he believes.
Maybe.
Kind of like how there's certain people on this planet who they don't think we're all human beings and we're all connected.
But here's the thing that's so weird about that is Romulans don't think like that. They're monolithic. The Vulcans would think like that, but not Romulans. See, they get the two wrong.
But this is a different sect of Romulans.
I guess.
Remember, this is that Vulc shock, so they're more like mystical about their beliefs and stuff.
Yeah, maybe, but it's like that's not Romulan though.
But that's these Romulans. They just made them up.
I know, that's what irritates me.
I know. Why not just do it
completely different? Romulans are about science and about what they can see and what's there, not this...
Yeah, superstition.
Yeah, nonsense.
He goes on, this story goes on for a while about dead bones and eating the children, like these monsters come. It goes on and on and on and on.
That sounds like a Vulcan myth.
Sounds like a Klingon myth.
Well, remember, Vulcans were violent in their past, so Vulcans would have that in their past, in their mythology.
But they never were together. They were always separate, according to this. So is what he's saying canon, or is this just his own personal belief?
I'm thinking it's his own personal belief, because I think these are mystic Romulans. I never thought I'd hear that, but... Yeah.
And I do love the fact that they have this seriously lasts like half a second. This is about 10 seconds. Yeah. We see the Romulan ships are still coming. Then you see the one lady who used to be the commandant, but now she revealed herself to be the teal thing. She's like, we'll be there in 3 minutes. And then goes back to the store. It's like, okay,
I'm glad to give us an update, you know?
It's seriously like, just in case you forgot. But
we're coming.
How do you like the Romulan ships? They look Romulan, but they look different.
It's different. I'm not saying it's perfect, but they look way better than the Klingons. I'll tell you that.
Oh, yeah.
Klingons are way off
in
base.
Discovery?
Oh, they were awful.
They're like junk ships.
Yeah. This is... At least it's Romulus looking, I would say that.
And they do... Then we get back to Raffi, and they're coming up with a plan. How are we going to get in there and stop this? Well, we walk into the front door. Shows them walk into the front door. How do we get past the guards? They shows them get past the guards.
They've done this 3 times, and it irritates me every time.
Where they explain the plan, they show a little bit of it, and then when they do a hitch, they go back to
That's funny. That's funny in a comedy setting.
It's the Ocean's 11 thing.
Yeah.
It's the it's gonna be real easy. One's gonna be the distraction, and it shows the.
I mean, maybe why don't just have someone playing on the little little drums that during this. I mean, what is this?
I hate that. I hate that framing device,
especially in Star Trek.
Yeah, it's
zero
really,
sense.
So they keep jumping back and forth, but I'm gonna just pretend that they don't keep drop back and forth. But that's how the whole entire scene plays out. Oh, we walked to the front door, but how do we get past them? Oh, we're gonna pretend that we captured you and are returning you. So they're gonna let you in, but they're gonna search our weapons. Ha ha. So we give them our weapons up, but how do we get the grenades in? Ha ha. They use a soccer ball to smuggle it in. So it just keeps going back. Oh my God!
It was at some point you almost think it's a speed racer. Aha! You know what is this?
I thought of that too.
I thought of that too.
So they let him get in with the soccer ball, and that has the grenades in it, or one grenade.
And I said, look, they're not gonna bring the soccer ball, and sure enough, they bring the soccer ball
because it needs to be transported in something not metal.
Yeah.
So something carbon fiber, ceramic, and like, oh, I have a bunch of soccer balls or whatever, synthetic leather or whatever. Yeah. So we get back to Agnes here, and she plucked out the eyeball. I won't show it; it's gross, but she used it to scan the door to get in.
But at least it wasn't.
We didn't see the extraction.
I know that would be the most gross thing in a normal Star Trek series, but this was nothing compared to what
she did it with the melon baller, just a boop, popped it right out. So she's going to go save Picard, and Picard's like sleeping, but I guess he's just trying to accept the end. Yeah. Then she's like, wake up, wake up, wake up. I can't believe I fooled him. I'm like a super spy. She's being kind of quirky and fun, but it's like, this is not the mood to be quirky and fun.
Yeah, I know, right? And then I'm just saying, is this the part where Soon saw the memories?
Not yet. Not yet.
Okay,
not yet.
Sure, I wasn't sure.
But she's like, come on, we have to get out of here. Let's get, and she's like, do you have a plan? Like, my plan is for us to get on the ship and just go. Like, we got to do something, right? Like, staying here and doing nothing is not a good plan. Yeah. So they're going to try to escape. Then we get to Sun. He goes back to the room where the golem was, and when he was doing the memory extraction, then he sees the memory of when the ramen guy breaks out, but it was Soji's sister, the one who stabs.
And this is what's killing me. And like you said a third time, why did she do it? I know we keep reading up because it makes no sense.
Why did she free him?
It makes no sense.
Because like you said, maybe she feels that love that Soji had for him.
Maybe, and they're that connected that way.
I don't know what to say.
I know.
That's the best answer.
I know it's wonky, but that's all I can come up with.
That's my best answer. Because if she wouldn't have done that, it wouldn't have ruined this plan. But why would she want to ruin her own plan?
Makes no sense. I don't get it.
I'm gesturing to the universe. Explain this to me.
You can't.
So we get to Reyes, and then like, okay, how are we gonna how do we get close to this tower? Mm-hmm. We have to be able to take it out. We have to take out the base. And then like Sun walks up and he goes, maybe you need my help. So he's on board now because his own creation killed one of their own.
And he thought they could never do that.
Yeah. And he's like, I can't let her do this because she did it under false pretenses. Yeah. She needed that shock to get everyone else on board.
Yeah, exactly. So that they go,
So
basically.
When they left to go there, Picard and Agnes, they literally like circled each other. So they ended up at the ship and no one's on the ship. Yeah. Like, well, maybe they came looking for us. And then like, well, let's get up there. We have to buy them some time because all these Romulans are going to show up.
There's only 218 Marine Warpers. Good luck with that.
And one junker ship has, it did fire a couple times. Remember at what's his face's ship? Guys, we're building up to a giant space battle, and you're going to love it when we get to it. They're going to go up there and do something. And I do like the fact that Picard sits down and he's like, okay, let's see if I remember how to do this.
He's looking at Reyes. Okay, how did you do this? And he's starting to learn how to do it.
So they start to take off and everything. Oh, cool, you did it. Yeah, Captain Picard knows how to freaking fly a ship again. We get to the base of that monolith signal thing, and then they're putting the finishing touches on it. And they're like celebrating like it's the greatest day ever. Yeah. Then Sun's like, oh, let me talk to you. I wanted to give you that hummingbird. Here, I thought you would want this or whatever. And she hands it to her. And, I'm so glad you got everyone on board. I'm glad you saw the logic in it. And he's like, but how could you have killed your sister? I thought I raised you better.
Yeah, to free that Romulan. Why'd you do that?
And then she just doesn't say anything. And he just shocks her.
Oh, that was smart. Like, so yes. She had no chance to do anything.
If you ever build super powerful robot people, have a way to turn them off.
Yeah, have an off switch.
Then, so like he gives him the signal. Okay, get it done. Then... Elnor and the other Romulan guys start to fist fight these dudes.
They would get their hands smashed. These are
punching
androids.
An iron girder. Their hands would crack like freaking saltine crackers.
The only way you could fight them was with lasers and stuff, phasers. Yeah. You couldn't fight them with hand to hand. Even a Romulan would have a hard time fighting these people.
Data could fight Klingons hand to hand, and it was like them fighting like a little kid.
Yeah, it was no contest.
Remember that one episode where that guy was on the Enterprise, and he goes to Arcadia, he's like, your strength is renowned, even in the Klingon
That was
Empire.
the one when they were trying to get the progenitor device, but they didn't know at the time.
He's like, I want to challenge you to like this arm wrestling thing,
yeah.
and he's like, he does it. He beats him in a second. He goes right back to work. He's like, he didn't even slow down. He's like,
then okay, then we'll do the headbutting thing, and then he hurts his head. Yeah, because his head is.
And Klingons have like a reinforced plate.
Yeah, he
heads.
still hurt his head.
So he gives him the but then he's like, you know, he's like, I guess the rumors are true. So all these people are just as strong, and they're like kung fu fighting him. What the f am I watching?
That's so stupid.
There should have been. Why didn't his son give him a bunch of those shutoff thingies?
Not only that, one of them also makes sense of like saying, "Oh, well, you want before they found him. Oh, I didn't give them the strength like they have normal human strength."
Yeah, not all of them wanted to be. You know, that they wanted to live as human as possible.
Oh, no, it took you 2 lines to do that. That explained all that. Nope.
Yeah, during the whole planning phase.
Yeah.
They can, and then like and they're like, okay, once I take out what's her face, you guys need to fight off the rest of the guards. And they're like, whoa, how the heck do you expect me to fight them? Oh, they're not as strong as Commander Data
They're
was.
as strong as a normal human. That's all you had to say.
Oh, okay, thank you.
No, but they can't do that.
Yeah, so they're kicking some android butt. And I thought it was funny because the bombs in the soccer ball. I thought he's gonna kick it over there, Mega Man style. He kicks the soccer ball.
That would be so awesome. He's on goal.
But it was really funny because he didn't want to kill Soji.
Yeah.
He's like, get away from there. But like, he's trying to like. But at this point, this is save humanity.
Yeah.
Just get it done.
Yeah.
And so we get back to Captain Picard, and he's up there, and this is. I understand Agnes's. She's like, so what's the plan? What's the plan? What's the plan? And he's not answering her. He's like, I'm trying to fly this ship. I haven't flown a ship in many years.
Over 30 years. Leave me alone.
And not even this type, like this way.
Yeah.
And I understand that, but let Captain Picard do the Captain Picard thing.
Yeah. She's like, oh yeah, you're right. You're not. Kind of shut up, Agnes. You're not making it easier.
So, our Romulan boy gets knocked down, and he gets like pinned to the ground. He's like, so you don't do this, you know, because she still kind of cares about him. But this whole entire time, we don't see Elnor.
Elnor, yeah, like, he literally goes away. What happened to Elnor? We're like, hello, Elnor.
He was still fighting, and I guess he got pinned down too, but they don't show it.
They don't show nothing of it. What happened to him?
So the soccer ball opens up, and the grenade thingy's in there. I'm like, oh, okay, that's like, and it like magnetizes to the base, but Soji catches it.
Yeah.
Then it like has like a good 10 seconds before it blows up.
And they're looking at her like, Soji, get rid of that thing, get rid of it.
But here's the thing, wouldn't you want this thing to blow up instantaneously? Why would you want it to have a little countdown?
That's stupid.
But she like catches it and she throws it in the air like she's super strong.
Yeah.
So it goes in the air and just blows up and they're like, oh damn, I guess we didn't stop this beacon.
Nope.
So she's gonna make it happen. So the sisters were trying to blow up Picard with I guess the Borg cube weapons are still online.
Yeah.
So she's gonna try to kill Picard. Then Seven and her have like a little fight.
Yeah, and then her sister thought her brother could use the grenades to destroy the plant monsters, but she doesn't.
Yeah, but he didn't. So like, but again, I refer to again. Why did they let him go in the first place?
I know we keep bringing it up because it's so stupid. I don't know.
So Seven stops her, and I'm like, shoot her, shoot her, shoot her, shoot her. Oh my God, just can shoot her.
You shot the other woman and you didn't have the right to do it. This one you can shoot. She's trying to destroy your...
Here you go. Here's a little bit of real life advice for you guys. If you ever have a firearm pointed at someone and they're a bad person, do not get within arm's length of them. Your weapon, the distance is your firearm's weapon. Like its greatest asset. Be across the room.
If you don't realize, even across the room, they can get you in a few seconds.
Yeah.
So if you're right up to him, it's less than a second.
That's what happens. She gets real close and she disarms Seven.
Yeah.
You freaking idiot.
Exactly.
Self-protection lesson over. So they get in a little fight. I'm thinking, isn't Seven like...
Well, she at least has half her Borg strength.
Yeah. So
compared to Romulan, she's still stronger. She's still stronger.
Then we still have the again because his sister's like always thinking about sex all the time. Oh, you're really pretty if you weren't half machine or whatever. It's like why even say that?
It's so the sexual innuendos and the
just with her a lot.
My God.
So they're having a little fist fight. I'm like, oh geez, who's gonna win this? Get back to Picard, and he's that's when all the Romulan shit show up and like. I always love that when they come out of warp and there's a bunch of them. I always think that looks cool. It looks cool.
It does.
So like you just see this ocean of Romulan ships and it's like, why aren't the Romulans just shooting instantly?
I don't understand.
There's a lot of waiting around for no good reason.
Oh yeah, that's another thing that sucks about this episode.
Know how you fix that? Okay. Once they jump they have to use a super weapon to blow this thing up, but they had to use energy for the warp. As soon as they jump out of warp, it takes them about 30 seconds to
maybe they have to power all their ships
Yeah.
and shoot into this thing, and then there you go. That'd make more sense.
That's why they don't shoot right away. But they don't shoot right away for no good reason. Just because he's. Then Soji's building this thing. She's gonna let the thing go off. All the flowers take off.
All 10 of them.
How do these things work? Are they mechanical at all?
I'm not saying are they defenses of the planet, like how you would have like antibodies in a body. That's what I mean. I don't know what it is.
But then why didn't they attack Picard's ship?
They don't. That's
they just
weird.
fly past Picard's ship.
How do they know that?
So are they being controlled? They don't explain it. Whatever. So these things get up there. I'm like, okay, this is going to buy them a little bit of time.
Yeah.
And there was a cute little thing about like, oh, we get to come up with something to stop this, and maybe if he can do it, we'll call it the Picard maneuver. But there is a Picard maneuver, and everyone who watches anything Trek knows
that's when he was on the Stargazer, and then he mentioned Stargazer when he's a lieutenant.
Yeah, because she's like, oh, you did a thing where it made the Enterprise look like it's two places at once. It's like, actually, it was the Stargazer, but they did do it on the Enterprise too, but it wasn't when he first invented it.
No, he didn't.
But he's like, but that won't work here. I need to do
There's
this.
hundreds of ships.
I need to do this on a massive scale. They'll just shoot at both ships.
Yeah.
So these the flowers start to attack, and they kind of don't do much. They kind of float there.
They're kind of float and hit them. Like it's not.
One would say they become like a giant sponge.
Yeah.
They just sponge up a bunch of the attack. Okay. Get back to the fight with Seven and what's her face, and she has her at gunpoint, and then it kind of goes back and forth for a little bit. It's kind of just whatever. My goodness, I lose my space. But I do kind of like the fact that they were targeting Picard's ship, and then you see that the target's ready, so she's trying to run for the console to hit it.
Yeah.
Seven grabs her, and then she says, "Oh, this is for Hugh," and then boom, spotters her ass right off the thing.
But then how do you want to make sure she didn't get transported?
Because how many times she was about to die, and then something magically transported her out of the situation.
I'm not saying that happened here, but I'm guaranteeing it did.
We don't know if she... Again, this is my same thing about Boba Fett. Show me a body. Show me a body.
There ain't no body. You gotta show me the body.
If he ain't dead, if he's dead, show me the body. We didn't see her body. She's not dead. I guarantee it. She's not dead.
She did a Gandalf. She ain't dead.
Man, just fly, you fools.
Yeah.
So she shuts off the thing. Like, okay, good. They're safe. This is the only space battle we get, and it's kind of messy because it's gigantic flowers getting shot with green lasers. It's really boring and stupid.
Yeah.
So they're flying through this thing, and they still don't know what they're gonna do. Then he's like, that's when they talked about the Picard maneuver. He was like, I need to do this, but like on a massive scale. Then she pulls out that magic fixing device.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we can like do multiple projections, and then it like makes a bunch of her faces with smiley faces.
And like I said, at this point, Picard should be like, why don't we get it to the Federation? They could literally use this to change the
I guess in this because he's trying to figure out this situation.
I know, but
this little magic tool can solve every problem.
Yeah.
Every effing problem in Trek.
That's why we never... That's stupid. It needs to die after this episode. It needs to like go away. It'd be dumb. Because why don't they use it again?
Oh my goodness. When we did this thing, it overloaded it and it fried it completely.
Please.
And we don't know how to reverse engineer it.
No, but they did not say that. So.
Yeah, so that's the thing. They're going to make a bunch of clones of their ships. Yeah. That's their idea. I'm like, oh, how's that going to even do anything? Picard contacts Soji. He's like, don't do this. Yeah. Please. You don't have to just redo Picard. It's my life, or my lives, and my people, or your people. And he's like, you know what? I'm going to give you a gift. And hopefully it will change your mind. It's like, what could it possibly be? I'm going to give you my life. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to defend you.
And it does kind of affect her.
She's like, oh, because this is certain doom.
And it's one thing for Picard to be killed by these Reapers, because that's what they really are. I'm calling them that. But it's another when he's doing it selflessly.
So Picard's one little ship goes up there, and they're like, oh, unrecognized ship. Just blow it out of the sky.
Why didn't do that?
They wait about 5-6 seconds, and Picard's there, and she's like, oh, just forget them, just target the city.
And they say good targeting, but they said the first time, why don't they just target it? Why do they have to, why she got to see, she says it 3 times.
Oh my god, just start shooting, but they don't start shooting, wait. Then Picard hits the button, it makes it look like there's hundreds of his ships. Uh-huh. And they're like, oh, but it makes it look like they came out of warp. Yeah. So, like, they'll have warp signatures and everything. So, they are basically invisible phantoms.
But at some point, I thought these aren't really physical. I thought, my God, they better not make these physical.
They're just like advanced holograms.
So, they started shooting them, and they realized, oh, they're just going right through, and it's not...
But it's enough time to give them time.
Yeah.
So, they're flying around and everything, and it's just... What a stupid pull-it-out-of-your-ass solution.
Also dumb. That's a wonky sci-fi solution.
And they're still trying to... because... Remember that signal he gave out to the Federation? They're still hoping, maybe they hope they show up.
Yeah.
So they do that, and they're starting to, distract them and everything, and their ship starts getting hit. And it's because out of, like, everything there, they're the only real ship.
And they got hit.
So they start getting hit, and they're starting falling through the sky and everything, and Picard, he's starting to succumb to his, all the stress. His heart, his brain, his disease, it's starting to really kick his butt. Yeah. They're getting beat up, but then we get back down to the planet, and they set off the signal. And it opens an Oblivion Gate.
Oh my God! It's so
Elder Scrolls Oblivion Gate.
Wouldn't it be cool if it looked a little different? No, it literally looks like
it looks like a red portal to hell. The hellscape
ridiculous.
of Oblivion.
And matter of fact, why does it have to be the same color as the Reapers from Mass Effect? You know what I'm saying? It's red.
Yeah, it's the same kind of...
It's so stupid.
Then they go, okay, whatever. They powered up the weapon. Then she says they're going to use elimination method like plan 5. I'm like, why couldn't it be plan 9? Plan 9 from outer space.
It should be Marvel number 5.
It would have been funny. Why? They totally missed the joke they could have had. But, and at this part, I'm not going to lie, it made me smile. And it made me say like a big like F yeah. All the Federation ships show up. I'm like, yes!
But then you notice they're all the same model. You're like, what's that about?
Then I paused it and I looked over at M15PC. I go, wouldn't it be awesome if we see Harry Kim, freaking LaForge. We see Riker.
Even Janeway.
You see Janeway. We see freaking Worf come in with a whole bunch of birds of prey. I go, this is good, but it could have been better.
Oh yeah.
We see all the Federation ships show up, and I'm thinking they're here to defend him. And view screen comes on. We got Riker in his uniform. Yeah. Yes, that's all I want. Oh, this is what I'm talking about. And then Riker's all, Romulan fleet, stand down. This planet is under Federation. They asked for protection or whatever. No, they didn't. We're here, but
he claimed first.
But Picard sent that message out. So technically, under treaty, they have to.
Because he's an ambassador, he gave them protection. Yeah. He gave them status, not Federation status, but protection status.
And I just love Riker's, because he's kind of sitting a little off kilter because he knows he has the upper hand. And he's like,
these are the best ships.
He goes, these are the strongest, fastest, toughest ships we have ever made. And I got freaking 150 of them with me. Yeah. So do you really want to do this dance? And it's like, yes, I love it. Oh, I love Riker.
And then he says the ASS word, which was kind of, I don't like that. But
yeah. But I didn't, that doesn't really, I give him that because in this situation, he's like, forget you bastards. You're going to really wipe out a whole entire
First of all, this is probably all their forces they have left. Do you really want to waste what forces you have, Romulus, on this?
And then, they're like, okay, they power up their weapons and everyone's like, okay, I'm thinking, here's our battle. Here's our
payoff here.
Our season finale of the Orville-esque battle. Go back.
Or even close.
Watch those last 2 episodes.
Identities. Well, it was the last of the series, but it was the last of that 2-parter, though.
Watch Identity Part 2. You'll get a space battle like none other in sci-fi history.
It's better than you would see in the movies.
Yeah.
That's how good the special effects and the fighting is. You're like, wow, I'm just amazed what this is going on.
Big ships get taken down, sacrifices. Oh, my God. It doesn't happen here.
I know.
We get a lot of ships. They're right there.
I'm like, why aren't they shooting each other? Why aren't they shooting?
But when Riker's talking, it's playing the classic Nick Tradition music. Oh, God, I can't help but smile. So we see this giant face-off. Nothing.
We just saw Worf though and the Klingon.
I know. See this. We'll talk about what we would have done differently when we get past that part. But Picard's starting to get that aneurysm thing going on in his head, and he's like dying. He's like, "Here, give me this, whatever the shot." She's like, "That will just speed up the process." He goes, "But I need to be coherent. I need to talk to Soji."
Yeah.
She opens up. He opens up the. He gets the shot.
Yeah.
Opens up comms to her, and he's like, "Look. We're here to fight for you. Mm-hmm. I know we did all these bad things in the past, but right here, right now, we are going to sacrifice everything for your people because that's what the Federation freaking does, and that's...
This is finally they act like the Federation in this episode. Finally. We didn't get Admiral cussing out Picard. We didn't get that.
But the Oblivion Gate's still open, and they're, okay, now we're going to see these aliens. I'm thinking they're going to have cool-looking ships. There's just like a bunch of worms. Mechanical worms that look like the thing from Discovery.
They look like those. So is that the same things?
Remember the control from the future, and it looked like that.
So maybe this is like an advanced control.
I'm thinking. Remember that probe that hit their ship?
Yeah, that's that one. They were stuck in that.
Yeah.
Not wormhole, but that tunnel. Man, I forgot to. Don't remember the episode. I don't care. But yeah.
I'm thinking it's an evolution of that.
Didn't you want like some cool like metal ships or something cool looking like? Usually when they introduce a powerful race, they're pretty cool in Star Trek, and this time they really.
It was just like a bunch of worms. They start to make their way through the portal, but. Picard's like, please do this, Soji. And then she thinks about it, breaks it. And I thought, some of these are getting through. But as the portal's closing, they go right back in.
It would have been cool if one would have got out and would have took all their ships to take it out.
Yeah.
That would have been something. Like, they lost like 100 Romulan ships and like 50 Federation ships. You're like, man, how strong is this thing?
But then they're like, the Romulans are Captain, or the signal's been turned off. Yeah. The portal's closed. Then she's like, okay, stand down. And then Riker's like, that's the best choice you could have. The best choice you made all day was to stand down because this was going to be a slugfest. So we don't get the space battle.
No.
Again, now let's get to what I would have loved to see. Space battle kicks up. Oh, it's glorious. My eyeballs explode out of my head. That's how beautiful this fight is.
And then as they're fighting, that one Reaper comes through and then they have to all fight it.
Yeah, and then that's when... we have an incoming thing. It's an encrypted thing, and you see that it's Worf. oh, I thought you guys might need a little extra help. And he comes in with all these warbirds, and oh, God, it's so beautiful.
You see Geordi, Captain LaForge come in. You see friggin' why not? You see
the USS Rhode Island show
Rhode
up.
Island, you Harry Kim ship. I mean, come on, that'd be so cool.
He's like, yeah, Seven sent me a message saying you guys might need a little extra help.
And then all of a sudden, EMH is on the ship with him saying, I can't let Seven down. I got to be here. But no, we can't have that.
The tears would have been flowing. Would have been glorious. Then,
even if we didn't see any fighting, that would have been made up for it.
Then the all's lost moment's happening, and they're getting beat. The fucking Borg cube comes up.
How can they know how to write?
My God. What, can anyone out there tell us what we just explained wouldn't have been the most beautifully awesome, most badass thing in the world?
Exactly. I'm thinking right now, and literally, and then even on the ship, you could have had Chakotay on there saying, me and Seven had our problems, but I still do care about her.
I'm still going to fight for her.
I'm still going to be here for her.
Yeah, so the Borg cube's still like that, and that's when Chakotay shows up. I don't care what anyone says. That would have been the coolest thing ever. And then when they finally beat off this one thing, they stop it. A little bit of it gets in that Borg cube, and they start to tinker with it, and oh, there we go.
But see, here's the thing, though. You have to realize, though, they would have did that. I would have rewatched that part. That tells you how powerful it would have been. If they would have did it that way, I'd rewatch that 10, 15 minutes over and over again.
Let's step back out of Fantasyland. Everyone just stands down and there's no fight.
That's so dumb.
Please, anyone tell me what we just explained wouldn't have been a bazillion trillion times better than what we got.
I just thought of that on top of my head.
Yeah.
That's how amazing.
Yeah, we didn't sit down for weeks and come up with the story.
They had weeks and weeks to come up with that.
Yeah, everyone stand down. And then I do like the fact that they're like, okay, you have to leave the space. And they're like, oh, we'll escort you. It's like, no, that's not necessary. And he's like, oh, don't worry, it's no problem. We got this.
Yeah, we're not letting you hang around. Get out of here.
I love it. So they just take off, and then this is where the get a little misty-eyed. Riker and Picard, and we all know Picard's dying.
Yeah.
And Riker's like, just because I said I wouldn't try to stop you doesn't mean I'm not going to come and help you. Oh,
and he says, you don't think I'd stay home in my home
making
pizzas when you're having all the fun. Yeah, right.
Because he did mention that he was on reserve. Then he basically said, hey, I'm on a ship. And they just gave it to him and he brought it all.
What gets me? Don't do that for Riker, but not Picard. What the heck?
But
that's lame.
But just to see, and then I like how Picard's like, Will, thank you for always having my back. And he's like, Captain, he tells him, oh,
at least we got some of it. Some of it.
It's so beautiful, God.
And then they leave. And then I'll leave it in your capable hands. I gotta go.
He's like, until I see you next time. And we know there's not a next time.
No.
Oh, God, my God. My heart's hurting. My heart is hurting at this part. Because I love these characters. I love them. These are like my dads that I never knew.
And they're dads, and none of these new characters I can care less about.
I care about Reyes or any of those people. But when I see Riker and Picard talking, it's like I get to see my two grandpas talking. Exactly. That's how much I love these guys.
For one last time,
Oh, God, so they get out of there, and then Picard starts to die. He's starting to get death visions. Yeah. And then we get the thing to begin with.
He was just holding himself long enough to talk to Riker, and that was it. I just got hold on a little longer, and that was it.
And he's starting to see that whole beginning part. Remember with Data, he's like, do you want to finish it, Captain? Yeah. It's like, no, I don't. I want it to go on forever. And we want it to go on forever because we love Picard. Even in this shitty series.
It's kind of like telling me, did they get the old writers to write this part? Because this feels like Star Trek. This part does. From this point forward, you get a real treat going forward.
This is actually beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
Soji's like, okay, we did it. We stopped it. We're safe. And she sees Picard on the ground. Oh, my God, what's happening to him? He's like, it's over. This thing's taking over his mind. There's no saving him. Yeah. She's like, I'm turning off all the protections. I'm going to beam you guys down here. You get down there.
No, Beverly Crusher, who loved Picard. I mentioned that too. I just thought of that now too, but go on.
But he's laying there, and they all come to his, basically his deathbed.
Yeah.
And he sees Eleanor and tells him, I'm so proud of you. And he basically gives everyone the little goodbyes, and even Raffi's like, you were right. He never says what she was right about, but then she literally dies in his arms. And, they all start to cry, and then, holy crap, he's dead. We see a sunset,
but I'm thinking, no way, the internet would be all over this if this was going on. I'm like,
but we see Reyes, he's sitting there, and then Seven joins them, and they're drinking, and he's like, so you heard? It's like, yeah, I just found out, and even Seven's crying over the death of Picard because he's Captain Picard.
Yeah, exactly.
This is Captain Picard.
And then obviously said the alcohol here is really bad, which is funny because Borg physiology, they get drunk really fast. So any beer should be good for Borg.
But they start talking about stuff and regrets and things, and she's like, but this is a little bit of redemption for Seven. Huh. She's like, I said, never again. Because that's what Reyes says because he watched another captain that he loved die in front of him. And then she's like, I have my never agains too. He's like, what do you mean? Never again did I think I would kill someone just because I believed they didn't deserve to live. because she killed that.
I mean, maybe there's a little bit redemption there, a little bit.
And then she killed that Romulan lady too. But she's like, I didn't have to kill them, but I let my hatred and anger overcome me, and I felt.
So maybe she needs.
She
to
felt
focus.
bad for it.
Maybe you need a little Janeway to come in to kind of balance
so
you again.
She's not that cold-blooded killer they made her out to be. A little bit. It shouldn't have happened.
She gave back the Everett Gobstopper to Willy Wonka. You know, and he's looking at it on the Wayward World, and then she gets her second chance.
He goes and puts her hand on it.
Yeah.
But then, then Reg goes, "Am I never again?" was to let another captain into my heart.
But he
had
and then
to watch him. I love Captain Picard. Everyone loves Captain Picard.
Yeah. And by the way, is he going to get paid? Remember, he's supposed to get paid for this?
He's going to get paid handsomely.
Get some money?
So they have their little, just kind of being in each other's company. We see the sunset. It's all beautiful and everything. We get to Raffi, and she's feeling sad, and Elnor goes up to her, and then he just starts crying.
Yeah.
Because he loved Picard, too, like a father, because that is the only positive male figure that's ever been in his life.
He was in a monk full of women, so he didn't even have a male figure at all.
So he just goes in, he just starts crying, and she just holds him, because Elnor's still, in a lot of ways, a child.
Yeah, he's like 1920s young.
He's still a young guy, and he hasn't really seen the world, so he just needed someone to kind of be his mom, and this is where Raffi got to be a mom a little bit.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I love this.
That's it, Raffi. Be more like this. Be the mother of the ship. You don't have to be this drunky, alcoholic.
Then we get to the part to where I'm like, what's going on?
Oh, yeah.
Because I even made the joke and go, what if he dies and Q's there? Haha, I really am God.
That'd be the best. And we have to spend each other for eternity. Haha, nothing you can do about it.
That episode, it's a top 5.
Yeah. But then even at the end, Picard's like, that really couldn't be Q, because he couldn't be that compassionate to show me that.
I know, isn't it beautiful?
Show me that I had to go that path and get stabbed by that Nox again.
I'd rather die on the table as a captain than live as a science officer. They never did anything.
Second junior grade. He was so pathetic. And then he tried
chances.
to get, and then
he always did the easy path, and he's like, oh.
You got to get a service review early with Riker. It says you always took the easy path, and that's why you never, like you said, you never became captain. You have to take chances. You got to stand out.
What a beautiful episode.
That was.
So we get something kind of like that, a little bit. He opens his eyes, and we're like, what the? We kept saying, what the F? Then he's like in this dark room, and we see a fireplace. I'm thinking, is he like in a heaven? Is this like an afterlife?
Yeah.
And then we hear Commander Data, and I'm like, oh, sweet Commander. Like I said before, I love Commander Data.
And then this thing goes on for 10-15 minutes. We don't mind it, though. It is.
And he's wearing his uniform from Nemesis.
Yep.
The gray, and then he sits down, and he's like, oh, Data, I'm so glad to see you, because this whole, everything about this was about Commander Data.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, Captain, and he calls him Captain instead of Admiral because he knew him as Captain.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love that so much.
Yeah.
And then he's like, what is this? He's like, oh, do you remember dying? It's like, I remember like something being pulled out of me, and then now I'm here. Data's like, I don't remember dying. I know what I did, but I don't remember actually dying.
Yeah.
And Picard's like, that's funny, because all I ever think about is you dying.
Yeah.
And that's been haunted.
That real contrast of the two.
God, it's so beautiful. Just, again, CBS All Access is free. Just skip to this part.
Yeah, just watch, like you said, you remember to watch the last 8 minutes of Discovery Season 2? Watch the end of this for 10
Just
minutes.
if you love Commander Data the way I do, you'll want to watch this. And he's talking to him and everything, and he's like, my biggest regret is never tell you that I wish it was me instead of you.
Yeah.
And I'm so sorry for that. And he's like, Captain, do you regret giving your life to save Soji and her people? So not for a second. Then why would you think I would regret saving you?
Yeah, same thing.
My heart!
There's it's like the teacher outcasting the master at this point.
Oh, my heart is hurting because
it's emotional.
Because in Data's this flat, where he just monotone way of saying things, but it's beautiful because he loved him, and he's like, I also regret that I never told you, it's like, that you loved me, and then Picard's like, yes, and he's like, knowing that you loved me, it makes my mind think of things. Like, I hope that makes you feel better. It's like, it does that now.
Because you're thinking about it. That means that it moved you in your Data way. It moved you.
Oh my God!
Who wrote this? This was so eloquent.
Oh my God, it's so beautiful. All this whole interaction. But he's talking about how this is like a simulation, and the Picard,
what's going on?
But Picard doesn't even care. I get to talk to Commander Data again.
Now you can finally say what he didn't get to say to him, which is nice.
Isn't that the hope of all people who lose somebody?
Yeah.
That you get this moment to where you can tell them the way you feel.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's so beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
Oh my God, it's so beautiful.
And Picard's content. He is content as can be.
Picard's like, I can fade away into the nothingness now that I got to tell you. And I saved your daughter, and I did one last good thing in my life. You saved me, and it wasn't for me to go die as a dithering old man. You saved me so I could do this.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh
my god.
The writing was so good, you're shocked how good it is.
It's so good.
It must have been written by Patrick Stewart, Jonathan Frakes, and Ren Spire must have wrote this part, because I cannot believe these writers would write something so eloquent.
And he's like, I can ask you a favor, Captain. He's like, anything. I'll do anything for you. It's like, when you leave this simulation, he's like, what do you mean leave? I'm dead, right? This is like my afterlife. He's like, no, you got to leave. And he's like, no, I don't want to. And then he explains the whole thing, like, oh, that golem thing, they're going to put him in that.
Yeah, and Data's in there too, like a little part of him.
A part of my neuron has been alive this whole time.
Yeah.
But you have to go. And I said, like, why can't they bring back Data too?
That's what I said, bring him back.
But we get an explanation. He's like, but you have to go back. He's like, whoa, wait a minute. You wanted a favor from me. He's like, when you get out there, erase everything about me. Basically let me die.
So I can finally have my release.
He's like, you want to die? He's like, well, I don't necessarily want to die. I want to be as human as humans are. Humans are finite. They don't last forever.
Yep.
And there's nothing more than Data ever wanted than to be human.
That makes him human.
Oh my god, I want to cry.
Oh, I know, he's going to get emotional.
Oh my god, I look.
If this would have happened to Patrick Stewart, I could imagine, because he's probably my favorite character.
I absolutely love Commander Data so much.
Yeah.
But that's everything.
Yeah.
I say this every time. Commander Data was computer perfect and wanted to be human. What do humans want? To become more perfect. To lose all their flaws. And this perfect thing wanted nothing more to be imperfect.
Yeah. It's so funny because Data didn't care about all the super things he wanted. He wanted to do the subtle human things. That's what made him so special.
He wanted to dance. He wanted to tell jokes.
Yeah.
He wanted to feel love. He wanted to do all the silly little things. He wanted to laugh.
Yep.
But he's like, Captain, will you go and just do this for me? And he's like, a butterfly isn't a butterfly if it doesn't die.
Yeah.
And just that whole human experience, knowing that you have friendships and love and all these feelings, they mean something because you know they're going to end sometime, that they have an ending. And I want my existence to have an ending.
That meaning.
And I don't care what it says. Data goes to heaven. I don't care what anyone says. He is a living thing. I don't care. I will fight anyone.
He is descended because his heart is so big that he doesn't realize that he is a sentient person and he has a soul. He has a soul.
He does. I don't care anyone. Fight me theologically on this. I love Captain Commander Data so much. Then the door opens and it's all the light, and then they get that, thank you, Commander Data. Thank you, Captain. He walks away.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, it was emotional. It was a lot. It was a lot.
He gets to, but he got to say goodbye.
Yeah.
He got to tell him the things that he always wanted to tell him.
Exactly.
We see him like, oh, but what's going to happen? Is Picard going to be? That was a rumor that it was going to be a different body.
Oh, that would have been
No, it's Patrick Stewart.
Oh, so that's cool.
And he's old. Thank God.
But you know what? I hate to say that. I can't believe I'm saying this. I'm going to give credit to the writers because remember he did have that disease. Now he wouldn't have it now in this new body. They solved the problem.
So
see how that works, writers? You solve problems. The science.
So he wakes up. He's like, well, what's going on? They're like basically saying, oh, we use this program, and he's like, wait a second, I'm alive. He's like, you're alive. This is real. We're here. And they explain to him, and he's like, I'm not gonna live forever, am I?
Yeah.
Then I go, no. We programmed it to where it calculated how long you would have lived without that disease, and that's how long you'll live.
So you're not gonna have any superhuman strength, nothing. You're just not gonna have sickness.
You have brand new bones, brand new blood, brand new everything, but it will denigrate.
And then why didn't they tell the other people they were gonna do this?
Maybe they did.
I hope so, because that's kind of like...
Because everyone got all sad that he died.
I know, they let him know. That's all screwed up.
But I like how Picard's like, well, I did want to live another 5,
This is
10, 20
years.
Yeah,
he's not, you want to live a little bit longer.
I don't want to live forever, but
then another 20 years, come on.
They all kind of yuck it up, and that's beautiful. And, and Son's there, and he's like, this is like the culmination of like all that research.
And it's good to see maybe he should be a regular, so that way Brent Spiner can still be on the show. That'd be cool. I accept it.
Then he's like, but I made a promise.
Oh, this part. Oh, jeez, this is perfect.
It's like I said, this is what Luke Skywalker deserved. Blue Skies on the record player. That's Data's song.
That song he sung at Diana Troy Rikers'
He's
wedding.
wearing like a really nice kind of like
almost look like
smoking jacket.
Almost look like his Sherlock Holmes outfit.
Yeah, and he has a glass of wine, and he knows the end's coming.
Yeah.
And Picard does his whole like a eulogy.
Yeah.
About how he wanted to be human.
And it's on a record player, too.
And he's playing it, and as he's doing, he's pulling the things that basically his Project Dragnet, everything.
Yeah.
And then, as it's happening, Data starts to get older, and he starts dying, and he's narrating his life.
Yeah, but there's someone standing above him, and I think it's soon himself.
Yeah. He grabs his hand.
Yeah.
And he's holding his hand as he's dying.
And he evaporates his down. It's so beautiful. I just cannot believe they wrote this. I cannot believe how eloquent this was. And he lays down on the couch, and then he starts
one by one, he pulls the second one, and he started to get really old. And you can see on Data's face, he almost has a smile.
He's like, yes, it's happening.
The release of, I get to have the ultimate human experience, and that is to die.
Wow.
He pulls the last one. The captain.
And I think the fact that he turned old proves that he has a soul.
Yeah.
It proves it, because why would he turn old? Wouldn't he just like go away like electronically or something? Why would it be all of this beautiful, eloquent, I got to live, and now my ultimate sacrifice shows that I was a human. I was alive. I had the feelings.
I gained the ultimate living experience, because to live means to die.
My gosh.
And he pulls and it's all gone, and
this is the same series that said F Picard. This is the same series. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. That freaking literally, Raffi was putting down Picard when she first saw him. I mean, the same series.
And he's like, but like he said, my gain is all of our loss.
Yeah.
Because we're going to lose Data, but this is what he wanted.
Yep.
And he never felt like he got to do anything for Commander Data because he sacrificed his life. Now he gets to do his final request.
Yep.
And what better man than his captain that he loved more than anything in the world?
Yeah, exactly.
His captain did it for him.
And then the fact when he sees Jordy, you have a bunch of Datas on this ship. That's a little weird, Jordy.
But they're probably going to retcon all that.
I know.
It's and it's so cool because when they fade out, it fades into that nebula. So like his soul entered the great atmosphere of the universe. It
was so done, and just a very like, my goodness, the send off that a great character Data deserved. I couldn't have want a better send off for a character that I love. You know, literally when we say we would do this and that differently, I wouldn't have touched anything in that part.
That was perfect.
That was perfect.
I wouldn't have done anything different.
That was perfect. There was nothing you could have. I couldn't imagine in my head any better than that.
The only thing I would have think the whole crew of the Enterprise would have been there.
Yeah, but that's
just a little cherry on the sundae.
Yeah.
But I'm glad Data, because they already thought he died, but they get to get like but Picard.
Well, Picard finally gets a send off he wanted.
And Picard got to share that moment with Data that no one else got to share because that was his captain.
Wouldn't it have been something? I said it was the perfect thing. And one little thing, I'm sorry I have to say this. Wouldn't it have been funny if there had been a picture of Tasha Yar?
Yeah, because he
loved her and he loved him. You know, at least in their own way. It's like that'd have been nice.
It's gorgeous. It's beautiful, and then they're playing the music and. Oh, the blue skies. It's so sad. It's so sad.
Blue skies.
There's nothing but blue skies, and he dies.
That's perfect. That's perfect. Brent Spiner, I would say, you know what? That was beautiful. If I ever met him again, because I met him before at a convention, I'd be like, that was the most beautiful thing.
That was beautiful for Data.
Oh, my gosh.
Again, I wish Luke Skywalker got something like that.
I can't believe I'm gushing about something about the new series. It kind of irritates me because it's been so bad.
So, everyone gets back to the ship, and then we kind of get like the mini epilogue.
Oh, this part's...
This gets... because it makes no sense. We have Reyes and Angie, they kind of kiss.
I don't think Angie should be going to jail for killing kinetics, but okay, we'll let her get away with that.
The camera zooms down because, this ship is stupidly built.
Okay, Seven's on the crew now.
Seven's on the crew, and then she's, holding interlocked fingers with Raffi.
Is
there a thing? What did that happen?
Why ruin that cool thing with Data with this? Do that next episode.
Wouldn't it have made more sense if she was doing something with frickin' Elnor?
Yeah.
Because then they spent all that time on the Borg cube.
And the fact that Elnor's supposed to be sexual for some reason according to that writer.
So her and Raffi are banging. Right after this beautiful thing with Data, this happens because it comes out of nowhere.
See, that's stupid writing. That's the writing I expect from this series.
They spent little to no time together, and then they're banging. Because you don't hold interlocked fingers with someone unless you're in an intimate relationship. Because the way they were holding hands, that whole...
Sometimes they were doing something for a while, and they wouldn't be. She only known him for 5 minutes.
And then it was during a tumultuous thing. Yeah. They didn't... whatever. Okay, we get it. She's a lesbian. We get it.
Why bring that up when everything that just happened? It doesn't fit.
But then, they're gonna go back home, and then Picard's like, well, because the ban was lifted, thank God. So now they can start making synthetics again, and it's just normal.
She goes, now I'm a travel and all that. Picard's, I can go too, because he's a synthetic now. So
because there was a ban on travel, now there isn't. So they can go wherever they want. And she kind of, not so many words, goes, I'm gonna go with you.
Yeah.
Wherever you go, Picard, I'm gonna follow. So I guess in a way, he gets his Data back. In a weird way, his daughter. So they kind of just, everyone smiles, and they look over at the captain, and he's like, engage, and boom, end of the episode.
Yeah.
All the Data stuff. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
I had to say, do I give this episode a 7? Is this going to be the first Star Trek everything I do in a positive? Maybe 7?
But the stupid magic thingy that fixes everything.
Oh, so dumb.
No giant space battle.
Oh my God. That would have been amazing. How are you going to have 150 Federation ships, 200 Romulan warbirds, and no one fights?
In a Borg cube.
A Borg cube. Oh, you'd have told me that. Oh my god, that's going to be amazing. No, we didn't get any of that. Well, thank you, guys.
So, overall, there's nearly 10 hours of content. It's more like 3 hours they could have told
and
the
then
story.
the thing about an hour, which was when Hugh was talking to Picard and this thing with Data is all you really need to see in this
and a
series.
little bit, and everything time that Riker was talking
Oh,
about.
yeah, so, okay, that's about an hour and a half you really need to see out of this whole series.
Yeah.
Really. The rest was superficial crap that didn't need to be in there. That was just a stretched time out.
So, we got Discovery Season 3 next.
Oh, God.
But again, with this whole virus thing going on, it's funny, you can't say the name of the virus or YouTube will cut your video out. Did you know that?
Oh, wow.
So we'll just call it the thing that happened, pushed everything back. So we don't even know when that's coming out.
That's ridiculous.
But do we do what we want to see in season 2 of Picard? Because it's just so up in the air now. I don't know. We might well think about it. I don't know.
I mean, if you want to make a video because people aren't home, maybe. I don't know. It's up to you.
But yeah. Overall, just that data stuff. Just if you're a fan of Commander Data, CBS All Access is free. Just watch the scene where he dies.
And I'd say it's about the 40-minute mark of this episode, and it's about 10-15 minutes of pure bliss. Awesome.
Finally, the send-off that a true hero, so everything that the Federation stands for, you sacrifice for the greater good, and that's what Data did, and he got to say his goodbyes.
Yeah, you have to remember too, Picard. After they were done with that ship from the Remys were going to destroy Earth. So Data saved everyone, just like you did. That's what heroes do.
I love it.
Oh, jeez, I can't talk about it enough.
I know, it's so beautiful. I love every second of it. But, any final thoughts? I still think What's-Her-Face is alive.
Of course. Because we can't let the ultra-sexual lady die. They can't have that.
What happened to our Romulan?
What happened to him?
They didn't show him.
He disappeared. After that bomb thing, Al, he's gone.
Maybe he stays on that planet.
Maybe.
And becomes an ambassador or something.
Oh, Romulan ambassador. Well, that'd be funny after what they tried to do. Well, what? Don't even have a planet. I don't know. Whatever. It's stupid.
But that's the end. I really can't think of anything else. 10 hours of content. I don't know.
I just wish we had more data type of stuff. We should have had more of that. See, again, that wasn't rose-colored glass. Like, look at this. No, that was actually meaningful and it meant something. And we need more of that in this series. I don't think we're going to get that. I think that's their best shot. After that, I don't think we're going to get that again. I doubt it.
I don't know. It was nice, and I just wish that it was surrounded by more great things.
But it's not. It's like when you have a big pile of garbage and you find 2 little nice shiny coins in it. That's
but you had to dig through the muck to get to it.
Yeah.
Man.
Well.
So until we hear more news about season 2 of this, or when season 3 of Discovery is coming out, but I guess this will probably be the last of Trek stuff we talk about. Unless
for a while.
Or again, we don't know about the cartoon series and animated stuff.
Oh, there's a lot of stuff, but we don't know what this.
With everything that went down, how much of that's going to be pushed back down or canceled.
Yep.
But till next time, it's better than Discovery.
Yeah, but just because of 10 minutes, makes up for.
But there's some 10 minutes of good stuff in Discovery as well.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. But I love Data more, so this.
Oh yeah. That was more like, that's cool. That's Spock. This is wow. He finally got what he deserved. And I'll tell you, I don't know. I mean, you can't do a better send off. That's why it's so shocking that these people pulled it off. Like I said, I just can't believe it. That they took off their SJW glasses and they actually wrote.
Just let the character be the character.
Yeah.
Without throwing in some stupid thing about, I don't know, racist and stuff. It was just about a captain and someone and his commander. That's all it was.
Yeah.
It didn't have to be sci-fi or anything. That relationship is special.
But that's always been Star Trek about the human condition. Yeah. Always about the human condition. And that's what these writers forgot.
That's what makes Data so cool, because he can't have it.
No.
He can't. But he wanted it more than anything.
So now, if you're seeing that, do you think if ever Isaac got set up like that, would that also make you?
See, but we need more years with Isaac.
I know.
But just I love the robot. I love the
robot who's inquisitive. The robot who wants to see humanity. The robot who wants to.
Who is
curious.
Better than humanity in every way, but is curious about it and sees the flaws, but sees the good in it as well.
Exactly.
I love it.
Notice we're not talking about anything else about the episode.
Yeah. Well, I can talk about Data. I can do freaking a panel on Data.
Oh, yeah, you could.
But, made me smile. But overall, the series is still an F.
It's a 5 out of 10. It's a 4.5.
It's a 4.5. You almost did an average thing just because of these little moments. You take those little moments out, it's a -30.
Yeah, it's bad. It's pretty bad.
Crimson Saint here. Thanks for watching the video. If you're enjoying the content, be sure to sub, like, share, and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss a single upload. If you have any tips or story ideas, hit us up on Twitter at C15Podcast, or better yet, join our Discord server, link in the description below.